All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Zoning Out, presented by the Comedy Zone. The gang is back together once again. I'm Jordan Century, here with my co-host Jonathan Williams, Jason
a.k.a.
Allen
Mr.
King.
Williams Comedy.
That's right.
Talked right over my name.
Talked right over his name. Jason Allen King, everybody. Happy to be back. Glad to have your undivided attention, Jason. Jonathan, you can stop looking up Nancy Pelosi BBW lookalikes. We can hold on.
It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing, man? How y'all doing?
Life's good. Life's very good.
Not bad.
Actually.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, man. We're here on holiday.
I know. Yeah, Jonathan's favorite holiday is Martin Luther King Day. Definitely want to say
I had a pretty laid back today. I didn't celebrate as hard as I usually do, but I usually spend the whole day trying to see what cookouts I can get invited to. That's my tradition.
Did you get any?
No, not this year.
Okay.
Or ever.
Not this year, yeah. But no, just want to take a quick second to mention the legacy of Martin Luther King. You know, just an amazing civil rights activist. That word messed me up.
It.
I'm choked up too, buddy.
Yeah. Regardless of who may not agree, there's been some other political commentators, I guess you could say, that would not agree about Martin Luther King's influence or impact, or would say his impact had a negative effect on the black community.
Or would just try and like swing it around to their own ends, honor him, but like it's bullshit and they're trying to say the wrong thing, keep his name out of your mouth kind of a deal.
Please do.
Right,
because you did not care about him when he was alive. So but yeah, man, definitely just wanted to mention that. We were talking off camera. All right, well, let's just get into it. We were talking off camera about how Charlie Kirk said that Martin Luther King ruined the black community.
Yeah.
Basically.
Did he say that? I mean,
much.
I don't know why I'm saying that with such surprise.
Yeah.
That dude, again, glad he's dead. That dude, I'm glad how he died. I think it happened exactly right. But that dude said just nightmarish shit. So, yeah, I didn't know he said that, but I guess I'm not super shocked. Did he? Do you know? Did he say more? Did he like have follow up on that? I doubt it because he's not real into actually showing his math. But
this is off of what Jason was mentioning earlier, but kind of was just saying
I saw
that
it today.
His impact on like DE&I had a negative effect on black people, I guess, pursuing greatness. What was exactly?
MLK was awful.
There we go.
Literally just those words. He's not a good person. He's dead.
Well, read the whole thing. Like in December 2023, speaking before a group of students and teachers at America Fest, a political convention organized by Turning Point USA, Kirk struck a different tone based on what he was just saying.
Because he called him a hero in 2015,
Yeah.
civil rights icon in 2022, which he may have meant as a slur, but but then
he's quoted saying MLK was awful.
He's not a good person. He said one good thing he actually didn't believe. What is he? Does he mean the I have a dream or whatever?
I mean, I don't know, but the quote was essentially today was pretty harsh, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry I didn't have it up for you guys, was that it was a tweet that he made last year.
Yes, yeah, I forget what it said, but yeah.
Wait, what's the? I mean, what's the significance specifically of that?
That he said it on Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Cool. So, man, just really grieving the loss of Charlie Kirk. It's what a guy.
It's so weird that he would like say. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe we have it here. For our listeners, I'm reading a tweet by Charlie Kirk.
This is what I read. Yes.
I just want to make that clear before I read it. This is a tweet from Charlie Kirk. The deification of MLK and his proto-DEI ideology marks the exact moment that the progress of Black America goes sideways.
Jesus Christ.
Just right at the top.
Was because Black America was crushing it pre-MLK. Everything was going good. Everybody was on their side. What are you talking about?
I just, if ever I wanted to assess the progress of Black America, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, yeah, he's the guy.
I want his take on
I
it.
will say that is one, that is one thing we've lost with Charlie Kirk is just the real insight.
No one's keeping track of the Black progress.
No one's keeping track of Black America
how we measure
like he
it.
could. He had PowerPoints. They all just said Black bad.
Mm-hmm. All right, this next line. Their cities disintegrate.
What does that mean?
I would love to know what cities. I mean,
I know one that disintegrated because it got bombed.
Yeah,
by,
exactly.
By the government
It's a great question.
Tulsa.
Their cities? Well, which one are you talking?
Yeah.
What are you talking? Which ones?
Their cities.
Which one are theirs?
He wanted to say Atlanta. I know he wanted to say Atlanta so bad. Their families collapse. Educational progress stagnates. They become enormously. Also, aren't Black women the most educated group in the country?
I don't know that.
I feel like I've read that.
I feel like I
We'll
read
fact
something
check that.
recently
You
about
said
that
it,
too.
Jason.
Wouldn't be shocked.
They become enormously dependent on government support. Crime explodes and 25% of Black men are incarcerated by age 25. You will know the tree by its fruit.
Know the tree by its fruit. Are you trying to write a new Bible verse?
Yeah, that's a very
doing,
like
you
a biblical.
weirdo?
He's a
You fucking weirdo.
yeah. I'm just everything about it.
Rest
is
in nothing.
Pretty gross. Yeah.
I'm just kind of shocked that Charlie would say these things because I also know that he was a pretty avid rap fan.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a really avid fan of rap music.
My
Like
God.
I remember he shared his playlist and like some of like the top songs were "Protect Your Neck."
Yeah, it was literally his neck.
Who shot
It was
ya?
literally-
No, is that real? I thought that was a joke. Oh
that's
my
George
god,
being
joking
funny.
right now.
Jonathan
God
got me.
Damn it!
Holy shit.
You got me too. That was
Wow.
Protect Your Neck is such a good one. Is that
That's
on stage? Have you done
crazy.
that?
No, I
You
have not
on
done
stage?
that.
Take that stage, man.
All right.
I mean,
I
it
saw
feels
this.
right.
I saw this today, and I was like,
Protect
"This,
your
this
neck.
can't be like." This is the thing. I didn't know much about Charlie Kirk, and then all it went down. I started like reading on this stuff. I was like, "My God, this
Everything
guy
he
is,
said was heinous.
is
dude.
so mean,
Yeah,
mean-spirited,
it's mean.
hateful. Like not this. Every time I hear people talking about this, like he's this Christian
know.
guy, I'm like, what are you reading that
I
I'm not
know,
reading?
dude.
Like that's just this to me is like him. He's turning all this into this is how bad these people. It's a racist thing. He's turning into black people are bad. Here's why. Here is the one person in that community who they love so much, and I'm gonna knock his legs out from under him and show that he was a. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You're just a piece of shit.
Yeah,
I've never seen white people march 50 miles in church shoes.
that's a good point. That's a good
Do
point.
it. Do you know how hard that is?
There would have to be a new Urban Outfitters far away. That would public transportation and all cars.
Yo, there's like a Republican Urban Outfitter somewhere that's selling Charlie Kirk shirts now that he's dead.
What would Republican Urban Outfitters be? What is that?
Urban Outfitters.
Tommy Bahama?
What's the opposite? Because Urban is probably too black of a word. That's their code word for black.
Urban,
So what's
Urban,
Lot of
Urban Outfitters
Crocs,
is
I assume.
interestingly white for its
something
name.
mass store? Something mass general.
Mass General.
Yeah. MAGA Mass General.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what? General stores are. That's got to be the whitest thing, right? Just the idea of a general.
my
store.
pillows are Urban Outfitters right there.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Boho
like
chic.
that. Yeah, man. That's my.
What does boho mean?
Bohemian.
Bohemian.
Can't you tell?
I mean, you a little bit have that going on.
I know.
That's a little bit your thing.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's still
Not
heartbreaking.
necessarily a good thing,
Charlie-
but
How dare you?
it is actually cool.
I did ask as far as like the Martin Luther King Day. Is there a traditional thing that one does on Martin Luther King Day?
Oh, you did ask that. No, I told him not necessarily, but something I've been noticing in the office is that people realize they have an extra day off. Like they forget Martin Luther King Day. And they're
oh shit, we have Monday off. Also, let us honor.
yeah,
his
exactly.
legacy.
It's like it starts by slight enjoyment, then slight embarrassment of like
Yeah.
you didn't know why
Yeah.
you were off.
I like, one of my favorite things is watching people try and get pissed about having Juneteenth off. Mm-hmm. I love watching that. I'm just like, yeah, you're so mad you got a day off.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Honestly, I was the same way about Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Columbus.
He's a little bit of a monster, and then we're just like, yeah, but he discovered it. But did he? I mean,
no.
I mean,
Like 8 people discovered it. Not to mention the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people who already lived here.
right.
Mm-hmm. But even like Europeans and shit, like Vikings, although Leif Erikson, something,
Sure.
Amerigo
Yeah.
Vespucci, whatever.
Yeah,
All
it was
those-
actually, my understanding is America Vespucci who actually found America first.
It's why it's called America.
Yeah, and I think that have anything to do with St. Augustine being the first city in the country. I think that
was.
Yeah.
And also, just not to mention the active genocide perpetrated by Christopher Columbus and others. But he was a power player in that.
Yeah, I mean, people know when Flag Day is, but MLK is like throwing people off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is the line for you, Jonathan, of like you would get a free day off, but it's an observance of something you don't necessarily agree with?
What's the line for me?
Yeah, like if Trump like put a new holiday, he just called it Trump Day. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It's January 6th. He put it on January 6th.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, what exactly is your question? Like,
Would you just go in the office anyway?
I probably would go to the office anyway.
You would?
Just out of sheer fuck you. Like, or maybe the office would be locked and I would just like sit out front and scroll on my phone or something.
Do you guys think it was weird that and maybe I'm just getting this wrong and I just heard this. Did the NFL actually do a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk on that Sunday?
I saw like some teams participated in that, like, but it was like on Facebook, so I was like, I'll take that with a grain of salt. But I saw the same thing about like the Yankees moment of silence.
Really?
But also it's like that's New York City. That doesn't seem like something.
It seems really odd. Yeah, that it would be New York.
So I don't know how true any of those are.
I did see. I can't remember how. I think I read a little bit of the article too, but there was like a headline that was like, it was not by a conservative. It was like the Atlantic, one of those magazines that where it's like, y'all are mostly okay, kind of. Mm-hmm. And it was something about like how it's hard to like really, if you're not in it, it's hard to really measure how important he was to people. Mm-hmm. Like he was like, and not just important, like
just to be clear, he was a podcaster, right?
He was.
Charlie. Yeah, but he also founded the most powerful political action committee. What does PAC stand for again? Political Action Committee. Turning Point USA. I mean, Trump with a few other things. Turning Point USA is like why he's president, along with the manosphere and all that.
I knew a little bit of that, but I don't think I knew the power.
That's the thing. Turning Point USA is like his like all him being an asshole aside, which he was, and I don't care that he's dead, and I'll say that every day. But the dude was brilliant at organizing. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that was Turning Point was and is extraordinarily powerful.
Interesting.
Extraordinarily powerful.
I've thought about like situations like that a lot. Like, would you read someone's autobiography if there was like a ton to learn, but like this is a terrible person?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Maybe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, it also depends where the money's going for that autobiography. Mm-hmm. Is it going in their pocket? You said autobiography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I was thinking like historical.
Yeah. Autobiography, maybe like after they're dead and their estate's not getting any more money for it. Mm-hmm. Probably not then either. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna read fucking Mein Kampf. The Hitler one. Like, I'm not. There is historical interest in reading that. I'm glad that some scholars read it and stuff. Yeah. I'm not going to sit down and read Mein Kampf just because I might learn something. So maybe no. Actually,
I have some. The idea of, you guys have heard this term before, we use it or whatever, but like selective outrage on things.
Yeah.
That is becoming more and more fascinating to me because it's beyond a social media thing. It's beyond the words you can't use. The idea that we can have this great outrage about Charlie Kirk because all these people, I didn't know anything about him, right? Yeah. So I don't know if that's selective because I don't know it, but then Nicole Good, am I saying her name right?
Renee Nicole Good.
Yeah, Renee Nicole Good.
Yeah.
there's a whole group of people who are like, why didn't the NFL? This is kind of why I asked the question. Why didn't the NFL do a moment of silence for her? I know they're not the same, but her name is now becoming synonymous with another sort of strife and movement that's sort of happening or whatever. It's beyond choice now. Does that make sense? I'm trying to still wrap my head around really what I mean, but it's like selective outrage and how do we elevate certain things that happen versus other things that have happened? Is there anyone there's no control over it? It's an organism. It's this grassroots.
It is.
Does anyone push some things and not others?
Guides a lot of it, especially with something like the NFL or a big company or something, is I think they're always doing the calculus of what's going to keep dear leader from being mad at us. Okay. What's going to, even if they don't like him, they're always playing that fucking game, especially someone like CBS. I'd say the NFL. They're always, fucking Apple gave him a gold iPhone. All that shit. I think they're always just doing that cynical, gross math of what's gonna, because nothing's safe from the government anymore. Nothing.
So you think it is political? Though?
I think it's cynical, and I think it's political in the sense that. What's going to benefit us? What's going to benefit our bottom line?
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to 9 times out of 10. And that's why, so what are you going to gain from talking about Renee Good, even though, in my opinion, and I think it's reality, that's the one we should care about.
Right.
But what's that going to gain you if you're the NFL or you're whatever, Nike or whatever you are?
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of it. But what guides individual people is just what team they're on.
Yeah.
I mean,
and what people see and what they don't see.
What they see and what they don't see. And I think conscience, real conscience, guides a lot of it. Yeah. But I just,
I saw 1,000 memes go by and like little songs and words, you know what I mean? I guess you call them. They're not all memes, but you get it. I saw one today that said there's a little girl hiding in a room in Minnesota right now writing about it. Yeah. It's just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the quote going around from Diary of Anne Frank? It's like, God, I'm not going to get it right, but it's basically like, everyone's afraid. Children come home to find their parents are missing, like whatever. And all the respect in the world, damn Frank. I don't mean to say whatever. But it's literally just describing exactly right now. Like exactly right now.
I saw this one.
It's not subtle. It's not close. It's not kind of.
Here's the part that I still can't wrap my head around, that people on the right who are in support of this. And there's lots and lots and lots of them.
Yes, there are.
There's a gentleman in Minnesota. It's whatever time of day. He's in boxer shorts and, he's got socks on and slides or something like that. And he's got no t-shirt on. Right. It looks like they went to his house and pulled him out of his house. And I don't think I only saw a photograph. I think the Associated Press only had one picture of it. And basically they pulled this guy out of his house. He's like 70 some years old. He's a very old man.
Yeah.
It's Minnesota.
It's freezing.
It's freezing cold.
There, yeah.
They drove him around for a couple hours. Naturalized citizen. Yeah. Had all of his papers. Everything was fine with this guy. They had him and questioned him and grilled him in a car driving around Minnesota, and then took him back and just let him in his house. Here's my issue. I have so many issues with that.
Right,
That's just a completely fucked up thing to do in general.
100%.
You're doing it to someone who you can do it to.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they showed up to any one of my brother's homes.
Yeah.
And we're like, you're coming with us.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's not going to work out.
That's going to be a very, very different experience.
It's tougher.
And to me, the idea is, if that starts happening, is that the difference? Will that change what's happening? Because I think at some point it's gonna.
I mean, they shot a white lady in broad daylight.
I was kind of thinking that. I was going to be able to say
so
it.
I don't know.
I think that.
We're still on the it's happening to them, not me.
I think, to me, the Renee Good was a huge... lines have been crossed over and over and over again.
Yeah,
that was a huge... That's when I said, "Oh, they're already coming for us."
Right.
Because I was like, I know they're coming. Like, there's the poem, you know, first they came for the socialists, first they, and I knew we were at the end of the poem.
Yeah.
I knew I was at the end of the poem,
Right.
but I didn't, although if it's socialist, I'm going first. But you know what I'm saying? I knew that us unassuming whites were in the poem, but I didn't know it was going to happen that fast. And I know that was one piece of, they're all pieces of shit, but or whatever. But that was one incident that was not planned. That
it was anecdotal.
It was anecdotal
like,
for sure, and it was also like because the guy reacted like a moron to the thing. So it's not like they went to that neighborhood to kill a white lady. Is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but still, I was like, y'all killed a white lady, and the government's backing that.
They backed it in 3 seconds.
They
man.
backed it
that
so
was,
fast. And
was impressive. How they were like, we do no wrong. We cannot ever admit to wrongdoing.
Ever.
That's the thing that I've witnessed. That has been my motto. But also, like, I can't believe the government subscribed to it. Like, no, you never admit to it.
Yeah.
You never admit to anything, right? But then it's like,
but
they did it right away.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to have a PR department.
Yeah.
They don't need a marketing department. We didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, now hold on. Now all this is very terrible.
George's like, hold on, now you're getting into my world. Marketing's important.
Now we're kind of talking though, because all this that's happening is very terrible.
Right.
But if we are in a world where the government is willing to just answer anything now, let's take advantage.
Okay.
What do you want to know from the government right now? Do you want to find out about UFOs? Like, what's the one? If you have one question to ask right now,
my answer is boring and obvious.
Is Nancy Pelosi single?
Goddamn right. Well, I'm more looking for a BBW lookalike. Jordan came up with it, not me. It's the Epstein
Nancy.
files.
Ooh, so good.
It's the Epstein files because they've released 1% of them, less than 1%, and they're using all these distractions to just not, even though it's literally illegal because the law was passed saying you had to do it, and Trump signed it, which was hilarious.
What do we think? This is going to sound like the dumbest thing ever. Who's on there that they're not allowing it out? Is it just Trump?
I don't think it's just Trump, but I think it's Trump. I think it's mainly Trump. And there's lots.
It's the idea that he's probably more involved in it than we've ever thought.
I think he's
an organizer with Epstein.
Maybe not that, but even the stuff that has been released, and lots of it's emails, and people talk shit in emails. They shit, like the thing about he blew Bubba.
How did that go away so fast?
Because they're not going to believe anything.
They bombed somebody or killed somebody or made a state or took the Venezuelan president.
Man, that went fast.
It's what they
Blowing
do.
Bubba was
That's
so
what they
funny.
do. That's what they do.
So
Blowing
Bubba
is funny.
Yeah.
But I think that it's lots of people. But I think it's mainly. I think the more we see, even in the small amount that's been let go. I mean, you see Epstein literally saying, of course he knew about the girls. That's almost an exact quote.
Yeah.
And it's him. I think it's lots of people, but it's him.
Yeah.
And then I love seeing on the internet people on the right being like, oh yeah, well what about if Bill Clinton's in there? I'm like, Bill Clinton's almost certainly in there, and fuck him.
Yeah, get
fuck him. Like I don't care. I don't care if fucking Bernie Sanders and Obama are in there. Like let's get them out.
Of course.
If they did bad shit, and that's the difference. We're not the same. You and MAGA and me, I'm like, yes, I would I be bummed to find out that Zoran Mamdani was, I would. That would suck. But if he did when he was 9 years old, then then I want to know.
Here's the other issue. I was actually thinking this the other day. I was like, the idea that this or other ones like it have stopped as a result of this is like, this is probably still going on.
Somewhere else
or in some derivative of that. And us,
Andrew Tate
we and the world right now not releasing those files, and I think that means we're turning a blind eye to it continuing to happen.
100%.
It's like, and maybe that's the other problem is that it is still going on. So the people who are running it are like, you can't do that.
I think
I don't know.
I definitely think like there's a lot of conspiratorial thinking that I used to dismiss that I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't give that much of a shit about the Epstein files. I knew it like mattered and everything, but I thought it was more conspiracy theory than it was. I thought there was there because the guy was a nightmare, but you know, I didn't think there was going to be
certainly as big as it is.
Yeah,
I'll certainly.
Right.
I
always thought it like mattered, but it was not something that I put a lot of focus on until it became, no, we're not releasing them. Then I was like, okay, hold on now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I kind of thought that too. I kind of felt like they were like the Diddy party in the sense of like it would tell you who was like on the island, but it didn't necessarily mean that like they did anything. Like it was like you visited during the daytime, like you weren't there for all the, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it was like Cuba Gooding Jr. Like that's not getting me to pay attention to it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, when they start trying to hide it, Cuba's on that list.
Is he on there?
Cuba's gonna be on that list,
of course.
Cuba, you don't remember that clip that came out a while back? He was in the club and he was drunk. And there was like a baby in the club, I guess, and he was yelling like, "Yo, somebody suck that baby off."
What?
I promise. We'll find it during the break.
And then did he yell, "Show me the money"?
Jesus,
that is horrifying.
Wow. No, I never heard of that.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Cuba's been like wild.
I just saw
Cuba
that.
been wild.
Yeah, Cuba. Yeah.
Cuba been wild, by the way, is the title of this
Yeah,
episode.
right. Cuba been wild. Yeah, he looks pretty rough. I'll say that. Like every time I see him, it's like him in trouble, and he's with all the Diddy.
I didn't know he was getting in trouble left and right.
He hasn't never really been like canceled like that. He's done enough.
You know
by now.
what? Part of that probably is he's so likable. Like at least the version of him that I know just from movies
Jerry
and
Maguire.
shit. Jerry Maguire.
The Jerry Maguire Cuba?
Not U-571. What was the other submarine? Men of Honor. I loved that movie.
Oh yeah, he's also in the was it Men of Honor? It was the Pearl Harbor one where he plays the amazing cook soldier. Oh, Men of Honor, that where he's the aquatic thing.
I'm having a hard time actually remember. Oh yeah, he was in like one of those old school scuba things where it's like a big white
with Robert De Niro
suit and has like a cage.
It's a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well I guess I'll say Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Nobody else wants to bring it up. Fine.
It was on my list. I just hadn't got there yet. I was going
like Jerry Maguire and an RFK, Jesus, Robert De Niro movie. You're like, guys, Boys in the Hood, you fucking idiots.
All right. But
Ricky!
Speaking,
sorry.
There you
Okay.
go.
Here's a Jordan style question for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Is there someone who would be in the files where you were like, shit, I don't want those released?
No.
Is there someone who you would be so upset? Maybe not that you don't want them released, but you'd be so upset that you would just be like, shit. Like you would have that what Republicans think we feel about Bill Clinton, which we don't. We don't give a fuck about Bill Clinton.
I'll tell you what, they throw Tom Hanks' name around an awful lot where I'm like, boy, just suck it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Tom
man.
Hanks. Okay.
I would hate that. I'm not like release it. I don't care.
Of course.
Tackle that
in
guy.
real life, we all yes.
But what? Come on, man. Tom Hanks.
That one hits.
That one would hurt.
Hits weird.
That would hurt.
Yeah,
real
it'd be
bad.
Jay-Z for me.
It'd be Jay-Z.
It'd be Jay-Z for
Oh,
sure.
really?
If it's Jay-Z, I'd be like, okay, like, but are we sure?
yeah, exactly.
Suddenly they become suspect.
Who's your are you sure?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That is amazing. You're like, I don't know, how real are these files?
Yeah.
That is
Mine's
awesome.
Frank. It's Frank.
That's
'cause
great.
He's been off the spotlight for a while, and just to find out that he was just doing that kind of shit.
That would be a crazy. You mean if he was missing because he was spending all his time on
that's the only reason we don't have another album.
That would be so insane.
Good Lord.
Oh
yeah,
man,
Frank. You know my guys, Frank Kendrick.
Yeah.
You know who would upset me.
Hey, what's his name? Something the God.
Charlemagne.
the God. Is that him?
I like him a lot.
There's been a bunch of quotes of him coming out where he's saying that his like not quotes, but they're like memes where it's like pictures of him in like sweaters and shit, and he's got these great quotes where he's like
he says some real good.
He's like
he
yo,
distills stuff very well.
but it's like it's like really weirdly aggressive, but like supportive at the same time. He's like, yo, you may be a dumb, stupid motherfucker, but you can do whatever you want in your life because you're amazing. It's like, wait, what? What did I?
It's a
how
little
do
bit
I
like
feel about
Tyler the
this?
Creator.
Yeah.
I think that's what I mean.
You might.
I think that's what I mean.
You might. He says, "Shut the fuck up and do your best."
Yeah,
is
yeah,
one.
right.
I think I reposted.
There's
that
a whole
one.
bunch of them.
Tyler the
So
Creator.
funny.
If you want to like feel inspired, seriously, he's the guy. I don't even mean his music, which that too, but his tweets. That dude, it's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He says like, yeah, he's all about like, yeah, shut the fuck up and do your best.
Yeah.
Is the
That's the
classic.
one that I remember.
Yeah.
But there was like
There-
3 or 4 in a row. It's like, oh my God, I love this guy.
He has dozens of those.
Yeah.
And they will make you feel so good. I
Yeah.
love that guy so much.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. We're about to go to break, but actually, you kind of speaking on the term of inspiration, I do want to mention just one thing briefly. So J. Cole announced his album, The Fall Off.
I saw that.
Right? And we can speak more on that later. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because of the promo, he sampled some guy saying that he was kind of describing like a fall off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that he sampled, it came from a YouTube video that had like less than 300 views.
Oh.
Right?
Wow, that's awesome.
So I think that's just a great lesson for all the creatives out there. Of like, just put it out, man.
Just put it out. That's a lot of Tyler stuff too.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
Think
just
of it.
do it.
Just put it out.
No
'Cause
way.
I've heard Tyler speak on like him finding stuff that has like little to no views and thinking that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we come back, I want to talk because I heard there was a Drake lookalike at Duckworth this week.
Yeah. I heard about that too.
Okay. Everybody, we'll be back with more Zoning Out presented by the Comedy Zone. All right, everybody, welcome back to Zoning Out presented by the Comedy Zone. We have shows, and we had shows. Mm-hmm. You know, this past weekend, I was at the Comedy Club at Duckworth opening for Chappelle Lacey, or I was hosting rather that weekend for Chappelle Lacey. And the Comedy Club at Duckworth, you know how you have like an older brother that messes with you all the time, but it's out of love.
Right.
That's kind of.
I was that.
You were that
guy. Well, my younger brother picked on me.
Your younger brother picked on you.
No, it was a healthy mix. Anyway, yes, I know what you're talking about.
That says so much about Jonathan.
Yeah,
right
it does
there,
actually.
like-
But anyway, that was the dynamic between me and like the Duckworth staff. I was
They were just clowning you, huh?
affectionately known as Temu Drake all weekend.
Timu is hilarious.
That I thought
Just
so
using
too.
Timu as an
Yeah, it's pretty
adjective
funny.
is very funny.
Yeah, I thought so too. In fact, I kind of went on a rant after like the third time.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, y'all have done enough because you're assuming a lot to start that low. There was plenty of stores you could have started.
Yeah,
with.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was really funny. Yeah,
you
you
have
were
a
like,
clip,
you had Target,
a
you
stand-up
could have
clip
done this
about
shit.
it.
You saw it,
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah. I was one time called, this one hurt me too. I was called a discount Howie Long. I was like, fucking discount.
I've
Jesus
gotten-
That's
Christ.
amazing.
I've gotten I don't know if y'all know who this is because I didn't. I had to Google it. But Temu Howard Wolowitz. You know that? It's a character. I don't think an
No,
actor.
I'm
It's
not-
a character.
I'm assuming
from,
an accountant of some
it's-
kind.
It's worse. It's a character from I think it's Big Bang Theory. He's just like one of those dweebs.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And
I know exactly
and
which
I
one.
kinda
Oh,
did.
the bowl cut.
Kinda-
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I do kind of look like him.
Yeah,
you
It's-
do.
I get that, but Temu Howard Wolowitz, that was tough.
Yeah,
That
because he's
hurt.
already Temu.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. I would,
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty
what's
rough.
If anything, I'd hope he'd be Temu me. But,
Right, yeah, exactly.
But that was one of the few like. I get a lot of hateful comments, a
Yeah.
lot, and most of them, if they frustrate me, it's because they're so fucking stupid,
They're-
and I'm like
Oh.
worried
Right.
that and I'm like they'll never know how stupid they are.
Yeah.
There's like a
I
little.
thought you were gonna say accurate.
but
Wait, you
there's a-
literally just said it because it is accurate. I was being serious.
Well, that's why I'm saying usually if they upset me, it's because they're just dumb,
Okay.
and I'm like they'll never know how dumb that was. But that one hit. That
Yeah,
one
you
got
felt
me.
that one. Yeah.
That one hit. And one thing that I've seen so much of that people post on mine, and the wording is important here. It says, the irony, it says, both a condom or an education would have prevented this post.
Yeah.
I'm like, both or, huh?
Yeah.
We're doing both or. Did you go to elementary school?
Yeah.
Both or. Like, and people use that. It's like a little image. You know, they post that a lot. I'm just like, y'all are fucking dumb.
Yep.
Well,
but they think they did something, and that frustrates me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to walk away.
Yeah. That's the thing. I try my best. I know you're supposed to engage with the comments or whatever, but I try my best not to read them because you'll get into that situation in particular.
It's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
Where,
I was called a pronoun pussy this week.
because you have pronouns in your bio?
No.
Oh.
That's funny.
I have no idea where it came from.
It is pretty funny. I don't even really get it, but I like it.
There's not even like, I did the Luigi Mangione joke. I posted a clip about it, and he was like, it was about Batman or whatever, and he's like, Batman never killed anybody, you pronoun pussy.
Yeah, Batman just dropped a guy off a ledge and let his legs break. Batman's a bad guy.
Just
that's
for the
a separate
record.
conversation.
I was about to say. Also, I don't think that's accurate. I'm sure
It's not accurate at all.
Yeah.
I've had to
Isn't
deal with
that
this
a thing
before.
that he doesn't kill people?
I think generally his ideology is he doesn't, but in every iteration of Batman, he has killed somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, but
The
you're right.
Christopher Nolan
His
movies?
like ethos or whatever
Yes.
is that he's against killing someone, but he always does kill someone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I find Batman.
Well, it's
to
just
be
sort of funny, and
obnoxious.
he's like, I don't give a shit who this guy is. He was,
Yeah.
By the way, he's also a comic, which is very funny to me. I was like,
Fun.
awesome, but I was like,
And
I was
that's
like,
who
there's
called you a pronoun
Yeah,
pussy?
and I'm like, wait, there's no pronouns mentioned in anything.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
they
is just
they have
flying a flag.
buzzwords. They have buzzwords that they
yeah.
throw, and when they get something just factually wrong, it's just
Yeah.
like. like,
Yeah.
But you want, I pick and choose when I actually
He's a
respond.
pretty
I
rough
usually
looking,
don't.
kind of a fat slob.
They
Like,
all-
just life is hard, and that's what that was my
either-
response. I
it's
was like,
always-
oof, you're struggling.
It's always either that. I think what I've sort of put together by people saying it a lot is that but I think they're right, is that the vast majority of those types of comments are bots.
Yeah.
And they're bots that are being and it's a little more nefarious than it sounds, because they're specifically being created by XYZ group.
Yeah.
Russians, Chinese, Turning Point, whatever the fuck. I don't know who exactly, but what they're there to do is make you bummed and quit. Not being an influencer necessarily, to make you tune out, not believe in voting, not believe that there could be change.
Oh, yeah.
Not believe like they'll like all the stuff like comments like, yeah, you really think that the elections are even Trump's gonna rig the election. So like even they're ones that kind of sound like they're just cynical liberals.
Yeah.
Even those are by design
Yeah.
to make you disengage.
Wow.
Can't get in here.
Yeah.
You can get in mine.
Not just a hat.
You can get in my head, and I don't like that. My head is ingettable.
No, not just a hat rack.
Ingettable.
You kind of the same too, but then also as soon as I go to the type of response, I sit there for a minute. And I'm like, you know what? No.
Sometimes
So
typing
that's
it
me.
out.
I didn't mean. I wasn't flexing there. I was kidding, obviously. But I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of with you. It's like I don't really. I engage with that guy, like a couple people, but I get a little bit of like, a little bit of a heart, beats a little quicker, a little blood pressure, and I'm like, ooh, and then I just get.
That's why
control
you
of it.
gotta limit how much you look at them and how much you engage with them. Sometimes just typing it out is enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just go into if I'm really bothered by something, I'll go into my notes app and type it out. Just like, if I want to post this, I will. If not, and usually if I do that, I just look at it and I'm like, all right, I got my thoughts
Totally agree.
out in front of me. I see what I think, and it kind of doesn't matter if they know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also reading whatever it is I wrote, because I have done that very thing before.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I get a couple things out, like, and I'm in my head about it a little bit, and then I'll be like, oh, I know I'm doing 1,000 calculations of who's going to receive this, how's it going to look, what are they going to think when I say it, but what are the other arguments they're going to come, and then after a while I'm just like, oh, I'm tired.
I'm not trying to do.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm not trying to do all that today.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's what it comes.
And I rarely get comments, so I don't fucking. So this is very moot. You guys probably deal with that shit more than I do, but
Jason made me think of something, and I want to say like other comedians are stupid. But
Do
what
it.
I will say is
Name
I feel
names.
like
Name names.
some
Name
comedians
names.
like they don't think like 2 steps ahead, and I think that gets them into trouble, right? Because I'm still part of the Charlotte comedy scene. I don't think y'all necessarily
I am.
peruse.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as my. I think I should look at it more. I just don't.
time to time I
Because
look around and
There was a little bit of a kerfuffle If that's the right word.
In the Charlotte comedy scene Facebook, there was a kerfuffle?
now, hold on. We've actually been pretty good for, I would say, past couple of years.
Yeah.
We were in a place where there was like a weekly blow up.
There was one big one I remember a few years ago.
Yeah,
we can move on from talking about.
But so Jacob Manluku, shout out to Jacob. He hosts one of the more popular open mics in the city, probably first or second, depending on like where you rank.
Common Market right? South End,
yeah, exactly. He hosts his Common Market South End, and there were a couple comedians that were upset because they weren't there when their name was called, and so they didn't get to go up to perform.
When?
Yeah, I agree.
Shut up.
I agree.
Well,
in that case,
they just expected to be put up later,
right?
Like, what was the argument? I guess.
So Jacob allows like pre-signups or whatever, I guess. But also there's probably comedians that are there waiting to go up. So if you're not there when your name's called, well, then there's other people that are there that can go up. And at the end of the day, like if you're smart, you don't want to make a 5-hour comedy show. So you do need to cap the number of performers.
Sure. Totally. So I have, I got a lot of thoughts on this, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that just because it's an open mic that the degree of professionalism should dip. Be a pro. Be a pro every time. Be a pro when you're out talking to people, when you are communicating with the business or the people in the audience. All that shit. I'm a nerd about it. Maybe, I guess. I don't know, and I don't really give a shit. But because I can say most comics who I can consider to be successful comics are pros. They're professional. They've been doing it long enough where they become professional if they weren't professional. Like I just had a conversation recently with someone who was kind of a fan of comedy, and this idea of comics are kind of losers. They all need therapy.
Cannons.
Yeah, it's this ongoing thing, and I'm like, sure, I guess in a certain level of what we're talking about, I guess there's a lot of people who are like that. Sure. None of the successful ones are.
Right.
This trope is so frustrating, especially today more than ever. When I look at the people in the 80s and 90s, were they doing coke? Sure, probably. Right. That doesn't mean they weren't professional.
Yeah.
Like that's
maybe helped them show up on time.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a disconnect of what that means. That doesn't mean they were sloppy. It's Seinfeld does the thing on comedians in cars where he's talking about the skateboarders. It's the one with Chris Rock. He's looking at the kids on skateboards. He's like, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine because they try to do a trick and they do it 1,000 times. Yep. They fall and they fail and they get up and they keep trying. He saw that and he goes, in every aspect of their lives, once they get to a maturity, they're going to apply that same thing. That's why sports are important.
Yeah.
That's why competition is important. Winning, losing, trying hard, learning how to win, overcoming obstacles, all that kind of stuff. I feel like there's this small group of like new comics who don't get that this is all that shit applies to comedy. So yeah, you're not in the room. Be in the room, man. You signed up. Yeah. So if you're outside and you didn't hear your name called, you ate shit. You dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Why are you going to get mad at the guy who's putting the show on?
If that happens, okay, do better next time.
That's right.
Exactly.
The world's not over.
It's a weekly open mic.
Don't treat it like the world's over, and then maybe the world will be over if you make it over.
Well, and that's the part I want to add right now. Look, obviously none of us were there. I don't know all the details of like why they couldn't go up. So whatever. What I will say is, arguing with a producer has never helped the situation.
Doesn't do a lot.
Even if you were right, it's never going to help, especially if you do it publicly online.
Yeah, there's also, there's like from teaching, right? I would tell students, I'd be like, hey, if you have a problem like with something I said or did or something hurt your feelings or you think I was wrong or whatever, like tell me. I do want to know that.
Yeah.
But wait.
Sure.
Like talk to me after class, bring it up, don't make assumptions. And I would always say, I was like, I will hear you out.
Yeah.
I might not agree and the whatever thing might not change. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But just talk to me. I'm going to listen to you.
Right.
You just got to talk to me when it makes sense, when other people aren't around, and knowing that I might not agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, it's the same thing. It's like if you have a problem, and if it seems like the kind of problem where bringing it up could bring about a solution and make things better, by all means, just find the right time and the right tone.
Growing up, this was one of the things that it was like a very like kind of low key with the family or whatever. I think it's a trick, but the one thing my mom always said, right? She was like, whatever you're doing in school, you're getting in trouble, not getting in trouble, whatever it is, you can do almost anything you want, but do not embarrass a teacher.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
you can make
smart.
them mad at you. You can do any of those other things. You can't embarrass. If you embarrass them, then you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
You're going to do or say something that embarrasses them. You're never going to win that.
Yeah.
If you're if you're a really good teacher, you can pull your ego out of it for 5 seconds, but you shouldn't put a teacher in that situation.
And that was the thing. So my brother Mike,
it's just not smart.
Yeah.
Like,
my brother
that's what
Mike
you're
and I in particular we could get away with a lot of things, and this was that was sort of part of that learning curve of like, you know, like just as long as you didn't embarrass them, they would be fine. They might even be annoyed with you, mad at you, any of that kind of shit, but they weren't going to do anything.
Yeah.
Once you embarrass them, you say something that's inappropriate, and then they're going to, like, that's the kind of thing.
And I'd also say, even if you do that, fucking have the nerve to go and apologize.
Yeah, that's right.
Just be like, hey, I was out of line today.
Yeah.
And you know what the thing, I apologize to students sometimes too. I did it sparingly because usually I was right.
Sure.
But like if I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that upset them and it was needless and whatever, I would find them. I'd be like, hey, I shouldn't have, that was my bad.
I remember a particular story of doing exactly that because I knew the line. You could feel the line.
Yeah.
And I did it to a teacher in class, and I was like, oh, nope, I just did it. And I remember being like, I'm sorry, actually, that was...
What
am I, 14, 15?
For a kid when they would do that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, you're awesome for doing that. Like, do better. You're not like off the hook forever, but like,
of course.
Great first step, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I felt like that was just important to like have that conversation because sometimes when you're watching depictions of the stand-up comedy world and you know media, television, movies, whatever, you don't necessarily they kind of give you this glamorized, simplified view, and it doesn't always depict the hard work or you know the struggles that can go into that. And in fact, there's this movie that's out now that Jason and I we've both seen. Jonathan, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's called Is This Thing On? Right, and it has Will Arnett playing this character of a mid-40s guy that's on the verge of divorce, and he kind of like tries stand-up comedy on a whim.
Or maybe I just big time shouldn't.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should. But Jason and I have seen this movie, and so this guy like pretty much tries stand-up on a whim.
Will Arnett, right?
It's Will Arnett. And Jonathan, just for fun, where do you think he performed for the very first time?
I actually do know this.
Okay, well, never mind.
But we'll talk about it.
Fine. Okay, well, what kind of show do you think it was?
Oh, that I don't know. I'm assuming just from the question that it was not an open mic.
It was an open mic.
It actually was.
His very first time
at the
performing.
Comedy Cellar, right?
He managed to get a spot on an open mic at a Comedy Cellar. At the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
He just walked in. They just happened to have a spot available.
Yeah.
And the way it went was it's a $15 cover charge, or you could sign up for stand-up comedy. And he was like, sign me up, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Was that ever true?
I highly doubt it. I've never heard
Maybe
the
when
Comedy
they
Cellar
first
have an
opened
open
it,
mic.
day one.
Yeah.
That's like, I think you were talking about it the other. That's the club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in the world, maybe.
Yeah, between that and the store,
Yeah.
Yeah.
those are the two that come to mind for the most sought after sort of time, or at least used to be.
And this is this movie takes place present day.
Yeah, present day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm so glad you said the store, Jason, because even the store has an open mic, but it's like the bucket pool. Like I really don't think
like
the Comedy
300
Cellar
people
has
sign
that.
up every week. At least that was the lore for a while.
Yeah.
I'll do the film thing as a filmmaker. It's like, all right, you're right when you teed this up, where it's like there's certain things there's plausible not plausible. What am I thinking of?
It's kind of like plausible
disbelief.
deniability.
Suspension of disbelief that we have to offer, or have like for this movie. But it's like, man, couldn't you put him in a different room?
Yeah,
that's my thing.
Why there?
I mean, Pete Holmes had no respect to the Grizzly Pear. It's cool, but Pete Holmes had the Grizzly Pear as his sort of like,
which is essentially next door.
Right. In his show Crashing.
Yeah. There was just something about it that some of those decisions were just a little bit convenient.
Yes.
The idea, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel sort of thing where they go up and he doesn't kill like his first time, but he never really bombs.
He never struggles.
Exactly.
Really.
You don't feel the struggle. You see the excitement of like, whoa, this was exhilarating.
Wait a minute. Nah, he does kind of like crash out. And I would say that was a bomb.
Oh, there was one. Yeah,
he did one of those things. He did one of those newer comedian things where you think you can just run off of emotion.
Yeah,
it's going to work out. And it does not.
Material.
Yeah. It's a small movie. In terms of how it's shot and how they didn't have, you could tell their lighting budget and all that wasn't huge, but I think there's a couple hangups I think in the story, but a lot of the stand-up stuff is they didn't quite capture the amount of work that goes involved and time. They fast. I mean, this is 6 months, and he gets the culmination is like a 10-minute spot at the Cellar between fucking Sam J and Dave Attell.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw one guy was like, I've been doing this for 15 years in this city.
Yeah.
How the fuck did this guy get that?
Yeah.
That's the most, aliens are more realistic than that,
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
How do you think people feel, like, how do you think like a fighter pilot feels when they watch Top Gun, for example?
I think same.
Yeah. I feel like anyone watching anything any show or movie about something they do, it's really tough to like to let it be a story.
How'd you feel watching Lean on Me?
Okay. Hold on. Okay, the thing is, I actually haven't seen Lean on Me.
Oh,
but I sort of like know the plot a little.
Freedom Riders.
So. Freedom Riders felt great.
Yeah,
that felt good.
What was the one with Michelle Pfeiffer? Oh,
Dangerous Minds. Oh, he knew it was coming.
No, you know, Dead Poets Society. That was me. That was me. They were just on their desks, a bunch of white boys, just like, and one of them killed themselves. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, thank you.
Ethan Hawke's great in that. Robin Williams. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So comedy.
Comedy show.
I think that the movie's like it was fine. Like I wasn't like knocked out. Laura Dern's great. Obviously, Will Arnett's like really funny. But you go into it knowing that it's a small movie.
I don't have.
That's like the kind of the big thing.
I do not have any desire to watch it.
Okay.
Even I believe when people say it's good, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't think I want to see that. I think there's something about watching stuff that sort of along a similar-ish point I was saying before, like watching stuff that's about something you're trying to do. It's almost discouraging in a way. It can be, depending on your mindset that day, whatever. Like, I'm trying to think of like.
Well, I read a thing years ago where it was basically like principles of writing, right? And they were like, don't write a character where most of the work they do is in their own mind. Because what's there to watch them do?
Yeah,
right?
That's a good point.
And there's a little bit of that in this where it's like, you could have taken stand-up out of it and made him a painter, made him a sculptor,
sure,
a poet. You could have made him anything else and it wouldn't have changed the story.
It's just kind of the same.
All. Yeah, it was just sort of like.
I'd argue that's a problem. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't mind that it was comedy, but it misrepresents it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, what I'm saying is my problem with it is that anything that's about a thing should be about that thing. Like, it should have the specifics.
It's a story about it's a relationship and a marriage. That's what the story is.
Right.
But the idea that stand-up is involved, it seems like an opportunity on something that's kind of maybe hot right now or that people are talking about. So that's why they use that. Yeah. because it's maybe interesting,
right?
Which it is.
So
obviously,
do you get the sense from the film that the filmmakers are not particularly passionate about stand-up?
I think that's why they picked stand-up, because they are.
Oh,
yeah.
Whether or not they executed it to the best
right.
that they could have, maybe is what I kind of question, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Because at the end of the day, like, you didn't have to star him at the Comedy Cellar. There was plenty of like open mics in New York that he could have stumbled on.
It could have just been made up.
A made up bar. Yeah, you didn't have to put him there.
House show.
Sure.
There's a lot of house shows in New York.
A lot of things.
Which might have been more interesting. Which might have really heightened the idea of, why is he still trying to do this?
Yeah.
This looks hard and kind of, honestly. But it's like, but there's something about the idea of doing shitty rooms that is so discouraging to anyone else who saw it, really would see it from the outside.
Yeah.
To be like, why is he still doing this? He's got kids and a job.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he loves this shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, it became more discouraging that he did go to the top right away.
It's a little bit that. That's a little bit what I'm saying. It's just like watching a massive success story happen for something that you've been trying to do for a decade.
Well, and that's what I was thinking too.
I don't know if that is. I think some things like that, depending on who's watching it, whatever, it can be light a fire under your ass. To me, that's just kind of like,
oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
A little bit on this. I'm going to change subjects, and I just thought of something that I wanted to bring up to you guys because I've been thinking a lot about it.
Okay.
A local comic, great guy, one of the most successful comics come out of Charlotte, Ryan Davis, was just on Shannon Sharpe's. What is this show called? Shay. What do they call
Club Shay?
Club Shay.
I'm a little nervous. I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, I'm. This is just a promo for Ryan Davis. Like, congratulations for getting on. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I want to hear Jordan's thoughts very much.
That's the cat. That's like the Cat
some
Williams
backlash over that. Yes.
Okay, so I haven't seen any of that. So sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, there's been some backlash over how much do I want to say?
Man.
He made some comments. No. I got it. He made some comments about his daughter that if you didn't watch the whole interview or had ill intentions, even maybe you could take that out of context and say that he was blaming his child for certain things, and I don't think that was his intent.
Do you have summary of an example?
Yeah, so basically what it was is he was saying that because he was on the road so much, he saw his daughter kind of transform from being a daddy's girl to seeing him as more of a like an ATM, right? Because that's kind of like how he kind of showed affection, because he wasn't there physically. He would just buy things. He felt like he kind of created that dynamic in the relationship, and he regrets that. But that's how he's explaining it. He's like saying like,
it's like a self reflective thing,
right? And it seems like the public took that and said that you're calling your daughter a gold digger, and like that, and that's the angle that kind of came out of it. Yeah.
I haven't.
You're right. It's a huge appearance. I mean,
I've only seen clips, and I like Ryan quite a bit, and that's like
Ryan's great.
That is something where if you're not watching what someone's doing every day, you know what I mean.
You don't know who they are.
You don't know who they are and what they're doing.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden he pops up. He's
like,
on.
Oh, this asshole.
Yeah. I just love that he's on that show like that. Again, I go back to Cat Williams. He kind of put that show on the map, I think, a little bit.
I would 100% agree.
Yeah. And now that Ryan's on there, and I just think that's pretty exciting, man. I'm proud of him. Glad for him to get on there. I'm sorry he's getting some of that backlash.
Could help.
Yeah, I mean, no bad. What is it? No press,
bad press.
No press is bad press. Or something.
No press is bad press. But I don't agree.
No, I don't agree with that either. But it could be that in this case, it somehow puts his name out there.
It's funny. At one point in time, I did agree with that, and then I think maybe around the time of 2016, that got proven wrong to me so much. From 2016 on, I saw just how untrue that statement was.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, on Club Zoning Out. Do y'all want to do a Would You Rather to get out here?
Yeah, if we have time,
we good?
Yeah,
2.5 minutes.
Go a couple minutes over.
Cool. All right, I have a.
Jordan's like, I got this, guys.
No, because I mean, if we want to get it in, we're not going to finish it in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. All right. So this is, I think, sort of similar. I have a few to choose from, but I'm gonna go with this one. Would you rather always know exactly what to say in any situation, or always know when to stay quiet? There's a thin line between those two things, I think, which might, if you guys, should we do it? Does that one feel worth talking about, or is it too?
I'm thinking. I feel like,
well,
I feel like that's more for you than it is for me and Jordan. I'll say that.
Yeah. So, well, fair enough. How about this? Would you rather? This is
all right, Jonathan. On Juneteenth in particular, would you rather know exactly what to say during that day or when to stay quiet during that day?
When to stay quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
When to stay quiet is my downfall.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Because if you don't say anything, it's usually okay.
You know what? I've been saying that.
Wait, you've known that this whole time?
Yeah, but I just love saying stuff.
Jeez and rice.
Have I ever laid it out the guiding principle of my life, not really by choice, it's just kind of how it's worked out, is I wonder what happens if I say this.
Oh my God.
That's kind of how I live. For better, mostly for worse. But it's a lot of fun. It's a fun way.
You don't seem like you're having fun, just for the record, man.
You don't seem like you have fun with the consequences.
You love saying it, you just don't love what happens after.
Yeah. In my mind, I feel like you know what to say. You just don't. You do what you
choose not to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I like to try. I like to be like, I'm gonna be like, I don't know if this is a good idea, but let's see.
You're a provocateur.
I mean, I don't even know if it's exactly that. It's just kind of
I think we're giving him a little too much credit.
Yeah, no, I think you are too. I think it's more just like, let's see. Yeah. And often it leads to quite interesting results. Would you rather have a baby face or a weathered face?
Oh, a baby face.
Okay,
easy.
but think about it. Think about that.
You mean like a real baby?
No, but really, really, really big time baby face. Like someone could mistake you for not a baby, but could mistake you for, 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
But in defense of a weathered face, you can have there's something about the salt and pepper, silver fox, whatever the fuck.
Well, I'm kind of rocking that right now.
So there's something. I don't know if I would describe it that way, but I
think a lot of people would.
Weathered, I think weathered.
Yeah. Silver fox. I mean, I'm not like a fucking. God damn it, what's his name? He was smoking
George
through.
Clooney.
No, he was smoking through the Emmys the other night. What the fuck's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Madonna's old
He
boyfriend.
sounds awesome.
He's not. He was in
Billy Bob Thornton?
Hugh Grant.
God damn it. He was just in Battle After Battle,
Dave
or whatever the fuck
Chappelle.
it's called.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, the other guy in it.
Sean Penn?
Sean Penn.
Oh,
was
yeah,
smoking during the...
That sounds like a
Just
Sean
smoking
Penn
He was
thing.
chain smoking, apparently.
Smoking cigs in the cold
And
gloves.
all these people were coming. It's like, how is that legal? It's like, it's
not.
not.
It's big time not, but he's
Yeah.
Sean Penn.
But he's Sean
so
Penn.
Yeah.
He's Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, that's
you
right.
smoke when you're those guys.
You smoke when you're those guys is also a good...
Yeah, he's so weathered. Like he's kind of a train wreck, that guy, but man, he's a good actor.
He's a very good actor. I was so sure he was dead.
Sean Penn?
Yeah, and I watched.
Yeah. Did you guys see that movie, by the way?
One Battle After Another?
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
I
I'm watching and I was like, why is everyone freaking out about this?
I thought it was amazing.
Frenetic, annoying movie.
Yeah, I couldn't quite grasp it.
Totally disagree.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
But no, we're going to talk about it. Like Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't skilled. He was just a kind of a loser.
Yeah.
Which is like my least favorite
Well,
word.
that was a little bit... Yeah, he was washed up and looking and had no direction and was looking for direction again. I think that was the part of the character.
I'm gonna take one step back and say what I'm very annoyed about in movies and stories right now is the heroes being pieces of shit, and we're supposed to
I don't think he was
follow
a piece
them.
Of shit.
He was 100% a piece of shit.
I don't think so.
His whole life was like, I'm a freedom fighter and I'm gonna do all this shit. Still a bad guy. No matter how you shape that, you're still not a good guy. You're a Batman. You're still hurting people. You're still, you know what I mean? Like, you're not accepted as a hero, right?
Okay, maybe.
I mean,
anti-hero.
anti.
Is that what you're saying? Is that your problem?
No, my problem
Anti-heroes?
not just the fact that it went from that to being he was getting high and his daughter like almost got captured because he was a piece of shit.
No. He was doing all that, and that's not an excuse to do anything.
Combination of everything I've said, but yeah.
Well, no, I think it's because he had this life that he was half. I think part of the subtext is that he was never comfortable with being like the freedom fighter, right? Like he was always trying to like once what's her face?
That doesn't make him better or more likable in any way though to me.
Well, but the reason he wanted to stop is because he's like, oh, we have a kid now. Let's take care of our kid. That's why he initially wanted to stop, and then she went to jail.
She kept going. Yeah,
I gotta be honest. That again, I don't.
I'm not saying he was.
That doesn't
like
help me
flawless.
in my. That doesn't help me in my enjoyment of saying, oh, I gotta follow this guy around for this movie. Why?
You didn't think he was funny?
Not really.
I thought he was hilarious.
I thought it was
not
funny
at all.
moments.
Actually,
I guess
I laughed out loud many times.
I would have preferred to watch Benicio del Toro's character. He should have been. I want to follow everything that guy was doing
great
in that
too.
movie. He was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? That guy had his shit together, and he was. The idea of following bumbling heroes was just so annoing to me.
It doesn't bother me at all.
He was screaming and yelling, didn't know how to do anything.
To me, it's just what I liked about that is it showed the reality of now what. You know, it showed the reality of like shit. I was doing this, and then it blew up, and now what? And I think that's just like a very interesting sort of like question to answer. Now what? He was in this funk. He was
Consequences of the life you lived. Like again, that to me is a little bit like
why is that inherently uncompelling?
If Benicio del Toro got arrested in that story, he made all these decisions and sort of still had his shit together. Leonardo DiCaprio, he never felt like he was in control. He didn't make good decisions. He looked the part of just an absolute loser. Like to me, all those things were like bad decisions on his part. So therefore, he becomes less compelling to me.
I don't find bad decisions disqualifying as interesting characters at all.
Sure, man. No, I agree with you, but also like that guy just as a person he's just so unlikable.
I didn't see it that way.
I guess my issue. So I don't necessarily think. Okay, he was kind of unlikable, but I didn't think of him as a bad guy. I just thought of him as incompetent. Like, I don't think
very
he was
incompetent.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't think he was like doing anything evil. He just didn't know what he was doing. Like he just. Yeah. He shouldn't have been.
Yes, but then he went and literally saved his kid's life.
But then, and that's also my other issue of like, what did they actually accomplish? That's what I mean when I say I had a hard time grasping.
Well, I think that's part of the. I think that's part of the movie. It's the confusion of the real confusion of how do you actually function? What are you actually going to get done in a situation so scary? Because I think that. Fairly clearly, it was supposed to be sort of a heightened version of near future, right? Of our moment now. And it's based on a Thomas Pynchon novel, which is kind of neither here nor there. But, and I think it was just the confusion of like, how do you handle this? What do you do? What do you prioritize? What happens when...
And so all the great things you're bringing up right now, and he's the best representation of that?
I think he's a representation of that. I think he's a representation.
So my issue would be, I think that choice of choosing him and who that guy is, almost every other character to me would have been a more interesting follow. That's my I think my big take. Yeah,
it's fair.
Just running around in a robe.
But I also think, but there was also he was the main character, but there was a really wide range of characters and paths in that movie. There was the Christmas Adventure Club, which I found both upsetting and terrifying and hilarious at the same time. There was
that was
the daughters,
absolutely terrifying.
There was the daughter's story. There was a lot. I don't think that
But again, the choice to follow him and that to me, like I just said, like all the other characters to me were much more interesting than this.
They all got a lot of screen time. He was the main character, but he wasn't the whole movie. Like by any means, I don't think. Sean Penn's character was there a lot. I think it was, to me, it was what a lot of what I liked about it is it felt like a sprawling epic.
Yeah, it's Paul Thomas Anderson.
He is. To be fair, although I will say this in my maybe not defense, but like Paul Thomas Anderson is one of, if not my favorite director. But I loved that movie and had no idea he directed it until the end, and then it clicked. I was like, oh, of course he did. Yeah. So I had a lot of his sort of weird but interesting directorial decisions, and I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I don't think it's crazy, but that's just not. Yeah, I found
it's just, there's been I'm trying to in my brain right now. I can't think of maybe another example exactly what I'm saying, but I'm a little tired of almost everything we watch now. The heroes, the leads we're following are all kind of shitty people. Just seems like that's happening so much. Do
you have another example?
I mean, Arrested Development, right? Or even Schitt's Creek, the way that started, right? They completely changed those characters or their growth.
What about what do you feel about like?
What about Succession? Isn't Succession all about like these really terrible people?
Yeah.
So it's like that seems to be this like common thread of just like we got to follow these really shitty people because their world is compelling. I
just don't buy him as shitty. I don't think shit. I'm more with Jordan. I think he never doesn't mean well in that whole movie.
I don't think you're wrong. I mean it doesn't change the fact that he's just kind of a loser. He's incompetent. This incompetent guy whose only saving grace is that he loves his daughter, which. Well, kind of should be the easy one.
The baseline, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Speaking of following terrible people, Jonathan, tell everybody your Instagram handle, where upcoming shows they can find you. I'm Jordan Sentry. I don't really have much coming up this week. I'm featuring at Good Nights, but by the time this episode comes out, it'll be too late for y'all to get tickets. So,
wait, when is that?
It's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you can get
Mr. Williams comedy, and I have a string of board teachers comedy tour shows this week.
This week? Oh, nice.
This week in Macon, Georgia on the 22nd, and then the next few days, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Charlotte here at Ovens Auditorium.
That's crazy. When are you there?
And that is Saturday, the 24th, and then Greensboro on the 25th, Sunday.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And Wednesday I'm doing the Terrible Takes.
It's a great show.
It's a fun show.
Terrible Takes at, I'm going to say, is it Seaboard?
Seaboard.
It is Seaboard.
It was anyway. Nice. I'm doing a Don't Tell the BLT show in Atlanta.
And Alex King.
Nice.
Yeah, Mike Bird, Alex King.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then ATL, Jason?
Huh?
I say you going to ATL?
Yeah, on the 22nd.
Nice.
And then I'm doing the 7 p.m. show at the Comedy Zone on Wednesday the 28th.
Nice.
And I gotta be honest, that's like that's it for a little while.
I am also doing the Wednesday show on the 28th. So
nice.
You can catch me and Jason there. And February 19th, Comics React Live at the Charlotte Comedy Zone. Please buy tickets.
Look at that. Is this the first time we're bringing this up? That's awesome.
It might be the first time we're bringing it up on
that's
air.
A big deal.
Yeah.
Good for you,
So
buddy.
it's my first show I'm getting produced at the Comedy Zone.
That's great.
It would mean a lot if you would buy tickets. Please buy tickets so I can do this again. It's going to be a stand-up / music video review show. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I do music video reviews, and so I'm bringing some comedians that are going to be doing that with me. Steve Hofstetter is on the show.
Excellent.
He agreed earlier today, so we're going to have him. So please buy those tickets. They're only $10, probably $12 after tax or whatever, but it's going to be a great time. Come dressed up like Nelly or whoever you like from the mid-2000s. Jonathan's going to wear a Band-Aid over his right eye.
Right, I am. Might be a mighty patch, but
there we go. All right.
Which I'm literally wearing right now. March 10th, don't forget.
Yes, March 10th, Kane Center for the Arts.
Three of us.
Three's Comedy Tour, Cornelius, North Carolina. Get tickets for that.
And follow us on YouTube.
Follow us on We supposed to mention that at the beginning. Yes, like the like button.
Like the like button.
Like the like button.
Mash it.
Yeah.
All right.
Zoning out.